everyone. My name is Ankita Rani. I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So today we discuss about the topic Introduction to Python, which comes under the subject Python programming. The subject code of Python is BCC 402. So we study about the Python. What is Python? So Python is a popular programming language and it is an open source programming language. And this language is created by the Godot van Rossum. And this language is released in the 1991. And it is used for the web development, for the server side, and it is also used for the software development. And we can also use uh, mathematics and system scripting through these programming, through these language. So what can Python do? Python can be used on a server to create the web applications, and it can also used alongside software to create the workflows, and it can also connect to the database systems, and it can also read and modify the files and update the files. And Python can be used to handle the big data and perform complex mathematics computations. For the like we use the Excel in that programming language, and Python can be used for the rapid prototyping, and it is also used for the production ready software development. So why we use the Python? Because Python works on the different platform, like it is a platform independent. Like if you are using on the Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, and etc. This is the platform independent language, and it has a simple syntax which is similar to the English language, and it has a syntax that allow developers to write the programs with fewer lines. Means the lines of code in the Python programming language is very few than the other programming language. And Python runs on an interpreter system, means it is an interpreted programming language. It is not a compiled programming language. And so interpreter system means code can be executed as soon as it is written. So this means that prototyping can be very quick. So Python can be treated in a procedural way, and object oriented way, or a functional way. So because it also work as a statistical programming language, and it also work as a dynamic programming language. So uh, this is the Python syntax. You can see that the syntax of the Python is very simple, and this syntax is look like as an English language. So Python was designed for the readability, and Python uses new lines to complete a command, and Python relies on the indentation using white space to define the scope, such as the scope of loops, function, and classes. And other programming language can use the curly braces for this purpose. So we for print is the printing statement. So we write print and hello world. So the output of this program is hello world. So this output is generated by this syntax. Next is the variables, Python variables. We already know that the variables are the containers for storing the data values. And what are variables? Variables are a container that store the temporary values or information in computer memory. So we have some rules for declaring the Python. So in Python, the moment we store any information or value, um, value in a variable is declared. We can use variable in program once we declare them or store a value in them. So there are two most important entity to declare a variable. First is the variable name, another is the value. For example, you can see that age is the variable name and 10 is the value. So the value 10 is stored in the variable age. So the variable has main two components. First is the variable name and second is the value. So value is stored in the variable name. So there are some naming conventions for declaring the variables. So there are some rules for the variables. Variables must start with a letter or the underscore character. Means the variable start with some letter or the underscore character, and the variable name cannot start with a number. For example, if you want to start a variable with some number, you cannot declare a variable. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters or underscores. For example, if you want to give a variable which is start from the A to Z, 0 to 9 and underscore. So this all thing can contain in the variables. Variable name are the case sensitive, means this age and this age and this age are the three different variables. It is a case sensitive language. So another rule is variable name cannot be any of the Python keywords. Python keywords like in, is, for, while, none, these all are the Python keywords and etc. There are 30-40 keywords in the Python. So no keyword Python can be a variable in the Python. So while naming a variable, keep in mind to give variables a meaningful name which has some meaning. For example, A is equal to 10 does not give the clear message, but age is equal to 10 give the clear message that the age of the person is 10. So we suggest that the naming a variable which gives a proper meaningful name. So this is the rule, because the case sensitive, these all are the three different variables, and we cannot name a variable starting with a number like 1 age. Like variable is starting with that number 1. So this is not the way for declaring a variable. We cannot use white space or any symbol while naming a variable, though underscore is allowed. You can see that in this age, this is the space. So space is not allowed, and any symbol is also not allowed in the starting. This will give an error. And if we give the underscore at the starting, then the underscore in the middle, this will not give an error. You can declare a variable like this. Next is we have some operators in the Python. Operators are the symbols that are used to perform operations on operands. Variables means the operator can work on the variables and values. So there are variety of operators which are as follows. Like we have arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, and logical operator. Arithmetic operator are the operators which is used to perform the arithmetic operations like plus, minus, division, multiplication, modulus. These all are the operations which these all are the arithmetic operations between the two variables and the values. So first is the addition. This is the syntax for uh, the use of the operators in the programming language. For example, you can give first number as a variable, second number as a variable. Then we use the function add, multiplication. Then, for example, if you want to add, then we can use plus. If you want to division, then so we take some third variable which store the value of this multiplication, of this addition, and at last we print that value. So the multiplication of 30 and 20 is 600. Another operator is repetition. Repetition means we multiplied by that time. It also used to perform repetition of a string. For example, we want to repeat platform into 5. This is the platform value. So print repeat. So this repeat the value by 5 times. If we want to perform the division, the symbol of the division is this, and they perform the division between the two operands. The program is, this is the first variable, this is the second variable. We can use the third variable, which is called div, and they store the division of both the numbers. So the division of 10, the 5 divided by 10 is 2. Another variable is the exponent. Exponent means it also works as the power, raised to the power. So it is used, exponent is used to raise the number on the left to the power of the exponent on the right. So for example, this is the expression. It means that 5 raised to the power 3. So 5 raised to the power 3 is equal to 125. So this is the way for writing the program. We declare the first number, we declare the second variable. In third variable, we store the result of both. First number is the 10 and raised to the power is second number. Second number is 2. So the answer is the 100. So by this, we use the exponent. Another is the floor division. Floor division is denoted by this double slash. It returned the quotient after the division of two operands. It also give output in the integer data type. For example, we have a first variable, second variable, and we use the third variable, which returned the quotient of so 5 floor division by 2 is result in 2. So in this, we print the quotient value. Another operator is the modulus. So modulus return the remainder. Floor division return the quotient value and modulus return the remainder value after the division of two operands. So first variable is value is 5. Second variable value is 2. We use the remainder as a third variable, which can store the result of these two variables. So print remainder. So 5 modulus by 2 is equal to 1. So by this, you can generate the result of the modulus. Second operator is the comparison operator. In that operator are used to comparing the value of the two operands, and they return the Boolean values, which is called true or false. So first is the greater than. So greater than, if the first operand is greater than the second operand, then the condition becomes the true. So 7 is greater than 3, then it is true. Another is the greater than or equals to. So if the first operand is greater than or equal to the second operand, then the condition is true, otherwise false. So first operand and second operand is the equal, then the condition is true. Second is the smaller than. So in this, if the first operand is smaller than the second operand, then the first operand is smaller than the second operand, then the condition is true. Another is smaller than or equals to. If the first operand is smaller than the second operand or equal, then the condition is the true. So in this, first operand is smaller than the second operand. Another is the equals to. So if the value of the two operand is equal, then the condition becomes the true. But the value of the two operand is not equal, then the condition is the false. Another is the not equal. In not equal, if the value of two operand is not equal, then the condition is the true. So the value of first operand, the value of second operand is not equal, then the condition is the true. Next is the assignment operator. Assignment operator are used to assign the value of the right expression to the left operand. For example, do not confuse, single equal and double equal both are the different operators. Single equal is the assignment operator and double equal is a comparison operator. So single equal, a is equal to 5. It assigns the value of 5 in the variable a. A is equal to 5 means it assigns the value of 5 in the a. So they print the value of the a, which is called 5. Another is the, for example, plus is equal to is the operator. We can write the expression like this: a is equal to a plus 5. It means if we have a value of x is 5 and we can write x is equal to x plus 5, then the value of the x is 5 plus 5, then the value of the x is the 10. We can also write as a x is equal to x plus 5 as x plus is equal to 5. Next is the logical operator. Logical operator, the concept of logical operator is very simple. They allow a program to make a decision based multiple conditions. So in logical operator, there are 3 conditions: and, or, not. So in AND, if both the expression are true, output will be true. For example, this condition is true and this condition is false. But in OR, if at least one expression is true, output will be true, otherwise false. So this condition is true and this condition is true and this condition is false. So any one condition is true, then they give the output will be true. Next is not. If expression is true, output will be false and vice versa. 5 is greater than 3, not x. So in not, output will be false. Next, we have a data types in the Python. What is data type? So data type, or simply a type, is an attribute of data which tells the compiler or interpreter how the programmer intend to use the data, or data type tells what type of data it is. In most simpler term, data type tell the what type of data you have. So variables and data type, what are the difference between the variables and data type? Variables can hold values. Every value has a data type. So, and Python is a dynamically typed language. We do not need to define the type of the variable while declaring it. Variable can hold different type of values. For example, Python provides various standard data types that define the storage method on each of them. For example, these are the data types. For example, if we have a integer value or if we have a float value, then this type is the integer. For example, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 5.5, then this is the variable declaration. If string value, if we have a string value, for example, we want to declare the name. If we have a boolean value, like in true or false, so we use the to bool. If we use the tuple, then we use the value data type tuple. If we have a list, like in this list, if we have a tuple. If we have a set, and if we have a dictionary. So these all are the data types of the Python, the most important data types of the Python. So we have a numeric data type. Integer comes under the numeric data type. For example, age is equal to 24. The type of is integer. Another is the float. So we have a weight is 75.0. We have a decimal value. Decimal value represent that the data type is the float. Another is the string. In string mein, if we give the value of that variable in the double quotes or in single quotes or in triple quotes, then the value is the string value, like triple quotes, double quotes, single quotes. So they show that the data type is the string data type. Next is the Boolean data type. In Boolean data type, is it false is equal to true? Then if we use the true or false, then it can return the type as the bool data type. Next is the getting the data type. How you can get the data type? You can get the data type of any object by using the type function. Type function is very important for getting the data type. For example, if we have a value x is equal to 5, x is equal to 5 means print type of x, they can print the integer. Output is integer. Next is the setting the data type. These all are the the data type is in double quotes. This comes under the category of the string. If x is equal to 20, this comes under integer value. This is a float value because we use the decimal. And if we have a ij means complex data type. If you use the variable j represent the complex data type. If the variable is in square brackets, then they show that this is the list. If the value in the square brackets, then they suggest they represent that the data type is tuple. This is the range. If we use the range function, the range data type, and if we have a key value pair, this is the key, this is the value, and we have a curly braces, then they represent the dictionary keyword, dictionary data type. If we have a set in the curly braces, curly brackets, then they represent the set data type. If we have a keyword called frozen set, then this is the frozen set data type. If the value is the true and false, then this is the Boolean data type. And hello, this is the byte data type. They represent the byte array data type, and they represent the memory view data type. So these are the data types in the Python. Thank you.